Hello, good day, or good evening, depending on what time you're viewing this, because I'll probably upload it this evening. But I am back with a new review, and it's a fun one. Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. Now, don't start by asking yourself, I haven't even heard of the second or the first one. It's because the other two don't exist. This is a plain old, goofy, very nasty, offensive, but funny horror comedy from some people from a YouTube channel that I love to watch in high school, especially in college too, called 5 Second Films. And they've been on a break for a long while from doing those videos because they've been working on this movie. I finally got to watch it, and it was about everything I expected and then some. It was a really fun kind of movie because the basic plot is you have these college bros in a frat house who, in two other movies that we never get to see, have been fighting a serial killer character called Motherface. Um, and now this is the third movie, and the bros are just trying to survive Motherface again. And it's just such a crazy, enjoyable film. I think what works so well for it is just how much they wanted to encapsulate 80s horror slasher films, especially the good ones on the ones on VHS, because the whole movie is filmed in a VHS format or in HD, and then they converted it over to VHS video and put out the movie. Um, and throughout the movie, because the movie appears as if it was like on TV, and that someone's trying to cut out the commercials that's being shown. This movie is it was so much fun to watch, really, because there are a whole bunch of cameos spread throughout, which I have a list of the ones I knew. You have Greg Sestero, who, if any of you have ever seen The Room, he played Mark from The Room, which is another movie I'm just going to have to talk about sometime. There's not really much I can do to review The Room, but I'll talk about it someday. It's a movie I admire. You have Greg Sestero, who's like the head frat guy, and he's a lot of fun. You have an adult film star named Nina Hartley playing the dean, and that was just a really goofy scene to see. You have comedian Patton Oswalt as a police captain. You got Andrew WK as another frat guy who, I mean, it's Andrew WK. Who doesn't love Andrew WK? And then there are the two most random appearances in the movie. One I caught early on, and the other I just didn't notice until the end credits. But you have Larry King as a coach in one of the previous movies during a kill montage, who gets impaled by Motherface. And yes, it is Larry King, who we've all seen on TV doing interviews before until he retired. And then you have John Francis Daly, who was on Freaks and Geeks when he was younger, and just recently directed the Vacation remake, which I thought was all right. I'm not going to do a review for it, but I'll just tell you here now. Vacation, it's an all right movie. But yeah, this movie was really fun. I actually really liked Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. There are these little scenes in what would be the third act of the movie that really just slow the movie down terribly. And I just didn't enjoy as much as other parts of the movie. I feel like it really starts to crawl near the end, and that's a problem. But that doesn't take away from the rest of this movie and how strange, weird, random this whole movie is. It's just a lot of fun to watch. It has a whole bunch of one-liners that I feel like, could go somewhere if it gets enough, popularity. Just, these kind of like in the realm of Super Troopers, and how pretty much every kid in high school would do the Meow game, or all just kinds of random stuff like that, or the Leader of Cola line from Super Troopers. For instance, you do have, there's just so much, anti-girl stuff in this movie where the guys are just like, no girls allowed! You're not allowed to come party with us! Really silly. Reagan is all over this movie. Ronald Reagan is all over the movie because it's supposed to appear as an 80s movie, and Ronald Reagan appears very often in the background in pictures. It's the same old presidential photograph of Ronald Reagan, and Ronald Reagan does meld into the storyline at one point. So, yeah, Ronald Reagan, it's really going for 80s, man. And then there's one line that I do love, just where they're yelling at one character named Samzy, "Chill out, Samzy!" I do think that the way it's delivered by the actors there is just one of the best moments of the movie. But I digress. Dude Bro Party Massacre is not everyone's movie. I'll start off by saying that it's definitely not everyone's movie, because this movie does have one particular death scene in it that I thought that really like kind of shocked me on how horrible and nasty it was, but it was funny at the same time. And it's in the third act of the movie, and you'll probably know what I'm talking about once you see it. The death scenes are also really fun. The movie gets the idea of just throwing in massive amounts of gore and blood that the 80s so just love to do, and that's why we love 80s movies, because they had all the practical effects doing gore and stuff, and it looked pretty good. And this movie was no different. It was just this hilariously stupid kind of movie that you could watch again, and you feel like you can quote more. I'm going to watch it again later to check out some more of the quotes and find John Francis Daly, because honestly, I don't quite remember where he was. I think I kind of do, and it was in a really dumb scene, but I'll look for him again. But anyway, yes, check out Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. I think it's only available on iTunes right now. I'm not quite sure. But once you see it or hear about it, I would definitely check it out, because I can really honestly say, next to What We Do in the Shadows, this is one of the best horror comedies of 2015. And I also, more people need to see What We Do in the Shadows, which I will probably talk about in my end year top 10 list. That will be coming up in a few months, actually. So, man, this year went by quick. So anyway, that's all I have to say about Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. I will be back with a new review soon, because I have plenty of movies I need to finish reviewing, or I need to watch that I rented on iTunes, come back and review them. So anyway, that's all for now. Have a good day. And